how intense of a shoot that was, and if it wasn't intense, how did Inarritu kind of manage a calm or...
It was so intense.
It was intense.
It was so intense. But it was so much fun. Like, it wasn't intense like, mom and dad are fighting and don't make a sound.
Which
You know,
I
we're going to
bet
get in
some
trouble.
sets are.
Yeah, but no, this was, that we rehearsed. We had 4 weeks and we rehearsed it to an inch, and we rehearsed with the camera crew because they were part of this moving organism. I mean, you couldn't be off an inch, otherwise you'd ruin the shot. And, you know, all of us at some point ruined a shot, and you were relieved when you did. You know, the boom operator, you know, it came in the shot, or I twice bumped into the camera, and that meant we had to start since I guess everyone knows who saw Birdman here. There was no editing. It's just the entire movie, one take, and we had to go back to not just the start of my scene, but the start of Zach and Michael's scene, because it connected to that. So you feel bad. Like, they maybe nailed their scene, but I'm like, sorry, you have to do it again too.
The fact that you or somebody else messed up the shot sort of meant that, like, I bet seeing that felt like, well, it's not the end of the world. We can do this.
And then your greatest fear happens and you're still standing, so it's okay. But, and Michael Keaton in that was so extraordinary. I mean, the pressure on his shoulders, you know, he was like Usain Bolt running, you know, it's top speed, but landing, you know, like Mary Lou Retton each time. Just like accuracy and emotional life, and he was so amazing in that.
And so you had to hit, I mean, I had thought that they shot that in a way where marks weren't necessarily as important as they normally are.
No, they were very, like, life or death important. It was very accurate. And then, like, fun stuff, because it was so unusual with that. Like, when we first rehearsed, Alejandro's like, well, how would you do this scene? I was like, well, I guess I'd come in and I'd sit on this chair and talk to my ex-husband. And then the camera crew's like, oh, that doesn't work. We see ourselves in the mirror. And like, well, I guess, you know, Michael's like, I could sit on the edge of the couch. That makes sense. And then sounds like, oh, we're in the way. And then Michael goes, well, I guess I could lay on the dressing room counter. And I was like, I guess I could talk to him through the mirror. And that weird choice would never have been the first choice of a conventional film.
Right, it becomes
like,
incredibly collaborative.
Yeah,
everybody,
and we needed it to be that. There was no other way to do it, you know. But then suddenly you have this strange kind of character development that he comes off stage and the first thing he does is lay on his dressing room table. Like, it's odd, but it's great.
But that must have been such an incredible feeling for the entire crew to be such a part of every shot. I mean, the sound guy at that point is helping to design what the frame is going to be, and not just being like, okay, you guys are here. I'm right here.
Right.
You know?
Yeah. No, you definitely felt like you were in this together.